What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Velvethamma show. Show you a little bit about what's been going on. So, I got that truck cab done for the International, and you guys have seen video, but now it's sitting outside. I've got it masked up. They picked up the hood, the fender extensions, and all the pieces parts, but they haven't come to get the cab yet, and I needed my shop floor space back, so I went ahead and backmasked all this with plastic. Now normally this wouldn't last very long, but I'm impressed, man. We had some 30-40 mile an hour winds, and it stayed dry inside this cab with masking those windows up and masking the roof clearance lamps up. It's getting dirty sitting out here, rain and dust blowing around, but yeah. Now I'll show you the other one, you guys. I put up a snippet of me painting the bumper cover and prepping the bumper cover on this vehicle, but this is the 2014 Chevy Cruze right there. This one was a front end collision job, and I kind of quit making video on it because I got busy with work, but the hood was smashed right there and we were able to straighten that. It was a right headlight, marker light, fog light, upper grille, lower grille, and then this part of the spoiler right here, that's actually two pieces. The lower was okay, but this part had a big hole punched in it right in the center. But it came out real good. The match to the fenders is outstanding. I was able to paint and stay up in here and stay away from my fenders. Had a good match to start with. It's a weird color. It almost turns like a brown purple. But I ended up wet sanding and buffing the hood. The bumper cover came out sweet. But sorry for the wind noise too. But yeah, that's it. I mean, we got a great match to the fenders here. Looks like I got some tape residue I need to get off right there. Had a little bit on the windshield that I got off, but I must have missed that. To get some adhesive remover and wipe that real quick. But yeah, I mean, she is shiny. And that was the Omni MC161 that I ran on it the first time I painted it. I had clear coat icicles. It ran down through here, it ran down here, it came over the front of the hood, and there was no smashing those ones out. They were bad. But this this collision, the way it hit, there was no license plate frame on it because the car had just come from the dealer, but it smashed the grill, broke it down here, and let me tell you guys, these parts ain't cheap. There is probably over $2,000 worth of parts in the front of this. Headlights are not cheap. Those are factory GM ones, are expensive, and they get a core charge for that headlight. The marker light, why I don't know. That spoiler and the bumper cover, there's a core charge on all that. I probably could have got some LKQ parts, but this thing is spanking new, and we're going to keep GM parts on it for now. That's what the insurance company paid for, so that's the way we did this one. I washed it a little bit, but it really could use a full detail. It went through winter, so you know, it's got the winter crud on it. So I'll take you back in the shop. I got it running. It's been sitting so long, I want to make sure the battery's charged up by the time they come to get it. But man, this place is hit. It's just a mess in here. Crap everywhere. I've gone back to work. A couple of zero turns down the hall. Just shit everywhere. Tarp that was tarping my wood pile, I brought it in to let it dry out because it's been raining, and dirt and grass on the floor. You can see all the little pieces of that towel cut paper that I was using to denia, but I only had a little bit of trash in it, but there was a bunch of fish eyes I had to sand out. So yeah, it's been a mess. It's been a real mess. Bought some new tools while I was working on this, and figured I'd show you guys a little bit of what I got here. I don't have a lot of dollies, but But I bought a kit from Harbor Freight that is a door skin kit. And let me tell you, this ain't a bad little hammer. It's balanced nice. You know, it's not a Martin or a Snap-on or any of those, but it worked good. And the heel and toe dolly set here. And it also came with a slapping spoon. I tell you what, this stuff, it really, for doing that edge that got rolled down, that worked real nice. So I bought that stuff. Oh god, it's been a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, they worked real good. I'm trying to think, I bought some other tools from Harbor Freight too. A set of panel clip pliers. And when you get these are the kind that go like this. KD Tools makes the identical same one. And they're really, the price ain't much different. But I don't think the camera will focus on it, but there were like little burrs on it where they powder coated it and the edges weren't rounded over real nice, so I kind of took a file to those. And I actually, if I'm using them on something painted, I put tape over them so it doesn't scratch. But I gotta clean up that box. It's just one of those things, man. I've just been working and trying to get things done and servicing equipment. But here in the old paint mixing room, man, this place is hit too. I got a pile of pads. This is this is my compounding pad from that little Roops polisher, and it is just coming apart. I've used it on 2 jobs. Now, I probably overworked it, but it's just disintegrating. And the green pad, which is a light compounding and polishing pad, I mean, the backing's coming right off of it. And these are some of my old ones for my rotary. I need to get some new ones for my 3-inch polisher. But there's a foam polishing pad for that little Roops, and it's holding up fine. But this is like a glazing pad for a DA polisher, or you can actually put it on your DA if you have a hook and loop pad. That's a 3M one. That works good. My little 3-inch polisher here. It's just a Astro pneumatic one. I got that one in a kit that was just cheap, super dirt cheap, and that thing has served me well. This is a orange compounding pad I bought from my jobber. It's kind of like layered. It's almost like little wafers in there. I don't know that I like it very much. It's once you get it loaded and you start compounding with it and it starts to dry just the slightest little bit, it hops and hops and hops. Plus it's not flat. This is a pressed polishing pad, but I actually used it with some compound, and it worked real good for taking out some scratches. And here's sorry, I kind of got you guys off frame here, but if you guys want to try a good compound and a polish, this is Menzerna. And it's not cheap, but it's no more expensive than 3M. This is the FG Fast Gloss 400. This stuff has a super long work time, and it doesn't act like a gritty compound. And I almost could have one-stepped that car with this stuff. I mean, it didn't even leave a haze. And with the rotary polisher and this pad, or even the wool pad, there were no swirls in it that I could detect. Now, it doesn't mean they weren't there, but I couldn't see them. And this is their polish. This is supposed to take out, I want to say, a 3,000 grit scratch. Now, I finish in 2,000, so I definitely had to use this. Plus, I had some 1,500 scratches that need to come out. This is supposedly capable of 1,200 grit scratch removal. Probably with a wool pad to get 1,200 out, but I had to use the wool pad to get some of my 1,500 ones out that kind of got off kilter. But another set of polishes for the toolbox, and I'm kind of a polish junkie. I have all different kinds. I have some Sun Gold stuff there, which is a pressed and knockoff. I've got my 3M. Here's my Ultrafina for my blacks and my dark greens and stuff like that, the fine polish. But I just got tons and tons of that stuff, and I got this little caddy here with a bunch of different pads and stuff in it. I got pads in a bucket there. I need to clean pads. I just went through a lot of them. A Velcro rotary backing plate that I don't use a whole lot because it's rigid. my polisher down there. That pad is a pressed flexible one. It works real good. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling on. I just wanted to give you guys kind of a update and talk about these polishes. Man, this stuff, it polishes so sweet. There is no compounding haze when you're done. It almost turns into a polish before you're finished, and even it doesn't seem to care what pad you use on it. It did like the wool, even though this is a light wool. It liked this for the deeper scratches, but I'm going to try some different pads. I don't know if anybody buys from autogeek.net, but I'm going to try getting some pads from them and all that, because I'm kind of at the end of my pads. Some of these are old and I need to get rid of them. I shouldn't be reusing them anymore. They're just whipped. But those are some good stuff. And even with the Roops, the small 3-inch, with like this pad or the blue pad and this Menzerna Fast Gloss, it polished it right up, and that's a DA polisher. It took scratches out and everything from the 2000 grit. So I'm real impressed with this stuff. I think 50 bucks a quart for each of these, maybe 40. I think one was 44 and one was 45 or 46. I don't know which one was which, but yeah, that stuff works really, really good. I'd be curious to try and do a one-step detail like on my truck with this, and like a dual action, like a Porter cable, or a I don't know if I'm going to buy the Roops Bigfoot. I keep throwing it around, but that's 500 bucks. I don't know if I'm ready to part with it yet, so I bet that would work real good with a DA on something that didn't have heavy scratches and heavy paint correction to do. But that's it for now. Trying to think of what else I got coming in here. Got 2008 GMC coming in, 1500 Sierra half-ton bumper, and one of the plastic fascias, or two of them. One gets painted and one's a textured, and change that out and do a little bit of body work on the one painted fascia. It got tweaked in a little collision. So that's what I got going on for now. Hope you guys all had a good weekend and got something done, and we'll catch you guys later.